Hello, all. Welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight.
Yes.
How goes it?
Oh, just splendidly.
Is that an actual splendidly or a sarcastic things are awful splendidly for this vibe check today?
My computer is doing weird things at the moment. So that's fun.
I just realized I am not wearing my necklace or my choker, and now I feel naked. Whoopsies.
You sort of look like it, actually, because I'm not used to...
Yeah, it's weird. I'm seeing myself in the monitor, and I don't like it either, but
to be honest, I hadn't really looked at you before.
It's fine.
Just a lot of things going on.
Lots of things going on, indeed. We're trying out some new stuff today, production-wise. I don't know if it really makes all that much of a difference for the viewer, but let's hope it doesn't go terribly.
Yeah. Testing stuff out.
I think we have some pretty fun things to discuss, but as far as the vibe check on my end of things, pretty average.
Fair.
Viewer checking in. Hi.
Check-in acknowledged.
Not much to report.
When we took a week off, there's been 2 whole weeks since the last episode.
Which, I feel like more should have happened, and yet.
I
don't know. It was playing a lot of catch-up for me recently. Just catching up on things, be they household chores, podcast stuff. That's about it, really.
I went to Nickel City Comic-Con, and I went to see Mother in Toronto.
Yeah. Oh my god, yes. Tell me everything about both of those, please.
So I actually had a few major things. Yeah,
Meanwhile, I did nothing.
Had a lovely time at Nickel City. Apparently, they're doing another one in October. So they're gonna maybe do a twice a year thing now, which is pretty exciting.
Okay.
But yeah, I got, as usual, just bought too many things.
That's what does.
I think one of the few that's nearby is, for some reason, I have a fuchsia Totoro.
Oh my god, I love it. I mean, fuchsia's kind of one of our podcast colors, sort of.
I asked the person at the table why he purple, and they told me that they used to have them in a whole bunch of different random colors, but this was the only one they had left.
Aww.
And I was like, I don't know why, but I need to have this little weirdo.
Valid.
And so I procured him. Yeah, so I got a lot of, random things, as I do. And they're kind of scattered around, although I think I sent you a picture of my print here with Totoro on it as Mr. Rogers.
Also wonderful.
Yeah, I
got love it. That's fantastic.
I got another print from the same person that has Chainsaw Man on it, but it says Anime Chainsaw Massacre. So it's like a poster.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I got some fun things.
Yeah, I was dog sitting. That's the only thing that's happened.
I once again drove to Canada and back in a single day.
So proud, you little international traveler, you.
6-7 hours in a car total in a day for the concert. but it was excellent. They're very good. They're very theatrical with their sound and lights and whatnot, and they
You
really
love
care
to
about
see
their
it.
fans. It was very sweet.
Aw.
Like they kept on about how everybody in the audience was their family, and
You love to see it.
yeah, it was very wholesome. Although there was a
I
lot of
love
saying
it.
"fuck," just a lot because that's just their music.
Yeah, can't say I'm surprised.
Other than that, very wholesome. Lots of swearing, but otherwise very wholesome.
That's fine. Okay, so if that's everything we have to share to kick us off, I want to begin with the asshole of the week.
Sure.
I have yet another one. Um,
Always
they
more
have
assholes.
once again already been judged. And I feel like that's usually going to be the case unless I stumble upon like a really good one right before we record someday or something. But am I the asshole for putting on Careless Whisper when my flatmate had a girl over? I, 20 female, live with two guys, 24 and 29, in a shared flat for about 6 months now. We have ground rules about noise after 11 p.m. as all of us either work or study. So one of them, 29M, shares a wall with me, and we've had problems with noise before. He'd wake me up in the middle of the night or just not let me sleep in general. Tonight he had a girl over. I saw her before going to bed myself at around midnight. I managed to get about 30 minutes of sleep before I started hearing everything. It was 12:50 a.m. at the time. I was kind of baffled because my other flatmate, 24 male, had told me about the previous girlfriend and how the girl that was in my room before me would hear them all the time. Anyways, it was getting to around 1:20 a.m., and I was getting sick of not being able to sleep. With the endless support of my friend with whom I was texting through this whole ordeal, I did the unthinkable. I put on Careless Whisper at max volume. It's almost 2 a.m. now, and they're silent. I don't exactly regret it, but I feel bad for ruining his night. But I also had a terrible day, and I really didn't want to continue listening to them like that. And also now I can't go to sleep, and I hate that too. Ooh, and there's some updates, but we'll discuss first.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? Pretty funny way to handle the situation, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like there's a lot of information missing because I want to know what the roommate's reaction was.
Yeah.
Because so this sounds like she turned on the song at 1:20 and it was almost silent at 2 a.m. So they didn't immediately fall silent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little confused by that.
Oh wait, this might be this one edit might be relevant, and then we'll talk about the update. Edit. For those concerned for my other neighbors, the song was played for 10 to 11 seconds to only have the iconic saxophone part. I only share walls with him in the bathroom. It was the George Michael version for anybody curious. So, got that cleared up at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess that was just it wasn't like doing it until they stopped. It was just I can hear you.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like
edge.
It doesn't seem like they stopped immediately though, just
Which
based
is
on
rude.
the information provided. So she did say she said she felt bad because she ruined his night, but that doesn't seem to be the case if they didn't stop immediately, I guess is my point.
Sorry, I'm fascinated. Let me pop this comment onto screen right now. We don't have time to unpack all of that. Anyway. I'm gonna say not the asshole, just based on only this information. Again, we will talk about the update, which is so minor, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny. They were breaking the rules. Maybe that did put a damper on their night, but People have work, people have school. Be quiet.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think it did.
Mm-hmm.
So like if they didn't stop immediately, it didn't seem like it actually ruined their night.
Mm-hmm.
And they eventually quieted down. So I feel like everybody's okay. And so how could she possibly be an asshole in this scenario if, you know?
Yeah, again, this one is like so minor, but that's kind of what we strive for.
Yeah.
The update is he had asked me for my used tea leaves to use as fertilizer for his plants, so I left a note with my tea leaves saying, "The tea leaves you asked for, and also sorry for last night. It was 1 a.m. though." And he came to the balcony, told him I left the tea by his plant mister, came back after checking it, and said, "Thanks, it's okay." Oh shit. We lost Brooks. That's not good. What do I do here? Because it's a live broadcast. And I don't want to cease that live. Oh, there she is. The fuck was that?
I don't know. That was random.
Anyway. Said thanks and it's okay, no worries. So I think we're okay. My other flatmate was also on the balcony during this interaction. So everyone's cool in the end, but no, that is honestly a hilarious way of handling it, and you should do that again if it happens again.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely better than like if she had started pounding on the wall or something. Like that could create some friction and tension within the apartment or house or whatever it is within the home.
Yeah, I would say hard agree. And I can't
imagine a better way to tell him to stop.
Honestly, yeah. It's one of the second comments. I mean, it beats someone banging on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, they should be thanking you. That song fucks. So right. Not the asshole. Next time play Weird Al. Trust me.
I like the one that says, "It was quite a polite choice, in my opinion. I'd have gone with Baby Shark as a mood destroyer."
Ooh. I like this person suggesting a playlist for when it inevitably happens again, which includes Danger, High Voltage by Electric Six, The Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang, I Just Had Sex, Lonely Island, and Somebody's Watching Me, Rockwell.
Oh yes, I just came across that very comment you were reading.
Yeah, I would say these are all fair responses.
Yeah, I feel like this is a case where the poster played the song and then they felt bad about it and wanted to know if it was wrong, even though the roommate wasn't mad. But
yeah,
what I really think is we shouldn't be judging her as to whether she's the asshole. We should be judging the roommate as to whether he is the asshole. Because, yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's the asshole for bringing a girl over. I think he's the asshole for being loud past quiet hours. You can...
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't care what the activity is. If you're making that much noise in the middle of the night, you're an asshole.
Yeah, no.
When you know that your roommate's need to sleep.
It's possible. You can keep it down.
Keep
People
it down,
have been
go
doing
somewhere
it for
else.
years.
Yeah, like there are options other than keeping the person who shares a wall with you awake in the middle of the night when they got shit to do the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an asshole move.
The pink reflection of the screen in my glasses is making me look like I haven't slept in days.
Fun.
Anyway, I think that's really all there is to say about that, don't you?
Yeah, I think this is a case of not the asshole. The other person, in fact, kind of is an asshole. Because apparently this is not a one-time thing.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing I have is something that Kyle came up with kind of just out of nowhere, and I think it's fantastic. What fictional character would you most want to go on a cross-country road trip with? But I would also like to add the caveat to this thing that I don't care if you're with Bruce Wayne himself and you have like infinite money like accessible. This has to be a like motels, diners, like quintessential all-American like beater car road trip.
It's got to be based on personality, not money.
Yes. Or like even if you did just want to hang out with Batman, that like you can't we're not elevating this beyond like the road trip TM. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that little caveat in mind, oh my god, I keep hitting the wrong button. Damn it. With that little caveat in mind, what do you got?
I 100% Akira for Zom 100.
You're so right. We already know he's a great road trip buddy.
I know. I think that's why that was the first person that popped in my head. Because he's just like so carefree, gets so excited about just beer.
Like I feel like a road trip with Power and Denji would either be the most fun thing in the world or a fucking nightmare, because I think you might have to parent those two.
Yeah, I think it would be a disaster. I think you would just be constantly trying to like rein them in, and you wouldn't get to have any fun.
It would be that image of like the woman in the airport with both of her children on leashes being like pulled in two different directions. Like that's exactly what it would be like trying to. You would have to put literal leashes on those two, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you somehow trick them.
It sounded fun for like 2 seconds, and then I really thought about it, and I was like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to say my super obvious answers immediately. We'll fucking get to it, but I'm coming up with other things first.
Mm.
Yuji Itadori making movie references the whole way. Brooks, do you understand this?
I
need a higher level weeb.
Hold on. I got him right here in minifigure form. Oh, I messed up his arm. There he is.
All right, sure.
From Jujutsu Kaisen.
Gotcha.
I just happened to have him because I got more Lego minifigures at Nickel City Comic Con, and so I was just rearranging some of them. And
I want to go on a road trip with Fox Mulder and stop at all of the cheesy, like, you know, roadside attractions where it's like, magic fountain, real aliens, all that shit. That would be delightful.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about, like, what flavor of road trip, like what kind of stuff you want to look at, because that could also, impact who you'd want to bring with you.
I think Dale Cooper would also be an excellent road trip buddy just because of the way that he is TM.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
I feel like it's actually hard to... Because every character I think about, I'm like, nope, that character is horribly flawed. That one's horribly flawed. But that's why I love them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, aren't we all? But
yeah,
some in bigger ways than others.
It's like the Power and Denji thing, where it's like, oh, I love that man.
They would be a nightmare.
Yes, 100%. Oh no, I knocked down another minifigure in my haste to pick up Itadori.
See, part of me wants to say some of the vampires from Shadows, but again, it would just be controlling them the whole time. And also, like, they probably couldn't even do it unless you got, like, a car with blackout windows.
That's true. Yeah, that would be limiting.
Yeah, so I suppose not them, even though I think it would be hilarious to go on a road trip with Laszlo Cravensworth.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, what are you doing? Anyway.
Every time we talk about something like this, I'm like, what are things that I like?
I know. Or like, I'm trying to think of a thing that I like that isn't Ghost because I'm so fucking predictable. Because the hyperfixation just be like that.
That's why I'm trying really hard to think outside anime, because I just keep watching so much of it lately. That's all I can think about.
We both have brains full of worms.
Yeah. Which I actually think Itadori would be a fantastic road trip partner. He's so nice and he's super strong and was forced to watch a lot of movies. Yes.
Okay.
That
I can vibe with that.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, I'll say it.
Bucket
Pretty
list.
much every emeritus except, well, one, not old Nihil because he's fucking ancient and would die. And also,
Mhm.
technically, if we're talking about, well, those characters are also dead, so just not old Nihil. And also not young Nihil either because he would be bringing girls back to the hotel constantly, and I don't want to have to deal with that. Probably not Papa Emeritus II either because I'm intimidated by him. But Primo, Terzo, Copia, let's party. Let's fucking party. It would be a blast. Frankly, I think Copia would be the most fun to go on a road trip with. And I also don't think I would go on a road trip with Sister Imperator because I don't think she would be fun, like, at all.
I've never seen the bucket list, so I don't know the character that is being referenced in the chat. I don't know if you've seen
Is
it.
that another anime?
No, it's a movie, I think. Unless there's a
I have
different
not.
unless there's a different bucket list than the one I'm aware of. But there was definitely a movie that came out called The Bucket List some years back.
No.
Perhaps you can clarify. Hey, Boots.
Of the Emeritus Boys.
Okay, yeah. Movie.
Makes no difference. Yeah, Copia would 100% be the most fun. We would be having a blast. So there's that. And I'm sure all of the friends from the Ghost group chat who might watch this eventually would probably agree with me. And frankly, I will be bringing this up to that chat later.
Of course you will.
But who else? I know there has to be more.
Yeah, again, I can't stop thinking about anime, and for some reason, I don't know. I feel like Ryuk could be a good time.
Okay, Ryuk would be a fucking blast. Ryuk would be a blast. I would 100% take that guy in a road trip. Oh my god, he would be having so much fun.
He wouldn't fit in a normal car. That would be a little
van,
bit,
baby.
Yeah, it'd be a little logistically tricky, but and you'd have to do all the driving because I don't think he's going to be able to like fit his frame in the driver's seat. But
and also, he probably doesn't know how to drive.
What makes you think that? He's never gotten to. What if he wants to try new things? I mean, I suppose he could just float next to the car.
I would let him. I don't know if it would be a good idea.
Probably not, no.
But yeah, no. Ryuk would be a fantastic road trip buddy. And frankly, I don't mind doing all the driving.
Yeah. Ryuk from Death Note. I'm trying to remember to like provide context for these things.
Hey. You better not mess with anything. Oliver just jumped on top of my PC again.
Well, it gets him attention. And it's warm.
Yeah. I would go on a road trip with the 12th Doctor. I think that would bang.
Ooh. Yeah, sure.
I think that would be very fun. Take grouchy space grandpa.
I mean,
I'd prefer these great United States. Yes, I
prefer 11 personally, but
I mean, I think that's probably like I can't really think. I don't think any of them would be a bad choice. So like whatever your Doctor of choice is, if you're a Doctor Who fan, like that's
How about just the Doctor?
Yeah, essentially in whatever incarnation you should. Hi, do you want to get up? You were on my lap earlier today. Do you want to do that again? No?
Okay, bye.
Nope. It's just gonna be there. Anyway. I'm trying to like make sure that I don't miss anybody good because I know as soon as we like either move on from the question or as soon as we're done recording for the night, I'm gonna be like, oh, duh.
Yeah, and the thing is, I keep thinking of characters that I love, but I don't think I'd actually want to hang out with them.
I don't think I would want to hang out with Levi from Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I love
You know
him.
who? Actually, no. I would love to go on a road trip with Hanji. I would go on a road trip with Hanji. I would go on a road trip with. There's actually a few people from Attack on Titan that I would go on a road trip with. Oddly enough, Hanji, Armin, Sasha, Connie.
Yeah,
I'd be having a good time with those guys.
that's true. Yeah, especially when you get them out of that context and then just into something fun like a road trip. I figured they'd probably be.
Oh
a
my
bit
god!
More,
like
fun.
They're fun in that world, which is horrible and terrifying. Yeah. Oh my god! In like a normal, like you're not, at risk of being eaten by Titans world. Mm-hmm. Sasha would be so much fun. So actually, yeah, that is. But no, I would not want to hang out with Levi, like at all. I love his character, like low key mega hots for him, but no.
Yeah, that's what I keep coming up with. Is like, my absolute favorite anime character is Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, and he might be fun to hang out with, but he's also just like very full of himself. I don't know if that would get annoying.
This could be fun or it could be a nightmare. L from Death Note.
Good food.
I think it would be good for him to have experiences.
Mm-hmm. But then maybe you turn into more of a parent.
Yeah, but at least he can like beat himself. I just have to make sure he doesn't do anything terminally stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's not quite parenting. I would have to be in mom friend mode, but honestly, I'm kind of fine with that.
I don't know either of those.
Yeah. But although, for me at least, that's not surprising. You're the high-level weeb in the relationship here.
Oh, how the turntables.
The advanced clearance. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any further like specifics that I might want to get into as well. Like, do you want to explain some of your picks?
I don't know, because I feel like it's vibes. I mean,
yeah, that is the thing. It is very difficult to explain vibes.
Yeah, and I think for some of them, there can
be a problem we have run into frequently on this podcast.
Yeah. But like, with L, he eats so much. You'd be like, oh, he'd be really fun to eat with, because he's like loves food so much.
He would want to stop everywhere for like the weird regional snacks, which like I would be kind of down for that.
Yeah. Similarly for Sasha from Attack on Titan.
Oh, 100%.
Very, very much into the food.
Are you just going to slowly crinkle that bag?
Ryuk would want nothing but apples, so that would be kind of like...
But also, like, you could make... He would be so easily kept happy.
We'll just do a countrywide tour of orchards.
Done. And frankly, he would probably just let you do whatever you want as long as, like... As long as he gets his little treats at the end of the day. Which, like...
Yeah.
That is not a difficult request.
I will be taking time to complain about the Death Note movie during the worsening.
Oh, wonderful. We'll get there.
It's like boiling just under the surface, just waiting.
I'm trying to think, what other shows have I been watching? Oh, I would take Lucy from Fallout on a road trip. She would be having the time of her life seeing things.
I suppose. She's almost a little too cheerful sometimes.
I need it. I need a little more optimism in my life, if I'm being completely honest. I could stand to have her rub off on me a little bit.
I am super optimistic, and I haven't rubbed off on you yet.
I know. That's why I think it would take someone who's even too optimistic for you to make any difference.
That is true. Yeah, she would be too much for me.
Oh, Hancock from the Fallout video games. Would love to go on a road trip with him. Not just because I'm like attracted to the character in the game. I just think he would be fun. Like I think of all of the companion characters in Fallout, he has some of the most enjoyable vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, though, that might wrap up my list.
Yeah, almost everybody I can think of would either start to drive me crazy, I think, or they would require too much looking after. Or
Saitama from One Punch Man.
Hmm.
He might kind of be a vibe. He's like, it's
Yeah.
been a hot minute since I've seen One Punch Man, and I only watched the first season, but like, he's very just like and enjoy the small things in life type of guy.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But there's so many characters where I'm like, I find you so compelling. Like, God, you would be a fucking nightmare to be in a Camry with.
Yes. Nyx has an opinion.
Hi.
I don't know what it is. I don't speak purr.
See, he's not even chewing the lights back there. He's just staring at them.
Admiring them.
Which is kind of adorable. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Final question that I've got on the docket for us today is, okay, so if you are the type of person who alphabetizes their physical media, talking DVDs and Blu-rays specifically, do you alphabetize the DVDs and then alphabetize the Blu-rays, or do you just have them all mixed together? So this was also a question from Kyle. Shout out, Kyle.
I put that on the Google Doc.
Wait, did you?
Yeah.
Why did I think that he told me that and I wrote it down?
I have no idea. Because I was waiting for you to finish saying the thing so I could provide context of where I got it, and then I was like, wait, what?
I think we had a similar conversation recently because he has a separate Blu-ray shelf and a separate DVD shelf.
And
I don't.
And
I just assumed that I had written that down myself. Am I losing it? Maybe a little bit.
It's like recently when I was there and you thanked the past version of yourself for filling up the Brita picture, even though I'd literally done it like 5 seconds
before. My God. Don't remind me.
Anyway, well, I mean, but the reason I put it in there is because it was they were talking about it on last podcast on the left.
Oh.
They got like, it had nothing to do with anything, but they got surprisingly heated about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I think it's interesting because the cases are different sizes. They have to be in separate sections. Like, do you really just mix them together with the different sizes?
Honestly, I do. And maybe that's because my shelf space, I don't know. It kind of just feels right. Because here's the thing. I don't always remember. Like, if I know that say I haven't watched something in a while, like in a red hot minute. And I'm like, oh, I know I have this. Like, I know I own this, but I don't remember exactly what format. I just want it to be in the place in the alphabet where it is. Be like, oh, is it a DVD or a Blu-ray? But
you just look in one, and if it's not there, you know it's in the other, and you just grab it.
I know. Here's the thing. I know, and I'm like, I'm such a stickler about so many other things, but for whatever reason, this one I really don't care. Like, I want to have them alphabetized, but it doesn't necessarily matter if it's DVDs and Blu-rays mixed in, at least for me.
I mean, alphabetizing is a necessity. Otherwise, you'll never find what you're looking for, and it's just annoying. But,
oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I can't take the different sizes. I absolutely can't. So mine are in different sections.
Ideally, like, Kyle and I would like to get our like an apartment together or like rent a house or something, figuring that out, but we would be combining collections. And I am totally fine with having like separate Blu-ray shelf, separate DVD shelf, like works for me, but currently I feel no need to separate the shelf of movies that I do have by format.
I mean, they're not in separate like cases or anything. They're on the same one. They're just separated by a thing.
Yeah, I mean, and that probably is the quote unquote better way to do it. I don't feel a pressing need to do it to my collection at the moment.
I don't know how that doesn't drive you insane.
Probably because I'm being driven insane by a lot of other things, and I'm simply at capacity.
I'm thinking about trying to get rid of some of my movies that I know I'm never going to watch, and I don't even know why I have them in the first place. Probably because people gave them to me. Same with some of my books. I really need to like downsize some stuff. I have like 500 books.
I love that for you, honestly.
A little out of hand.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Yeah, but I mean, the reason I want to get rid of some of the movies is because my record collection is expanding beyond its current space. So
love it.
It's like, well, I'll like downsize my movies, put the ones I keep somewhere else, and then get a nice big record stand that holds like a bunch of records, and then done.
All right.
Yeah.
I dig it.
So I've been thinking about organization of movies a lot lately.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I suppose separating by format is the quote unquote superior organizational method. I just haven't done it with my collection. It'll probably happen at some point. I'm just not. It's not top of the bucket of the priority list right now.
I think organizing them all together is more logical in the sense that you do find things more easily. But I think just aesthetically keeping them separate is better. I think that's the distinction. Although I admit I have gotten confused before. Like when you were here a few weeks ago and we watched Empire Records, I looked at the DVDs first and I pulled the DVD out and then I was like, wait, this DVD doesn't work. I don't know why I still have it. I have it on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because if you remember, we tried to watch Empire Records like 2 years ago or something.
And it kept skipping, right? Or freezing or
there was something wrong with it. So I had to buy a new one and I just got a Blu-ray. But the DVDs, you know, it's like it's very old, so it's a little part of history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
I might have that on VHS.
Oh shit! All
Could
formats.
I have it in 3 formats?
Well, now you can't get rid of the DVD.
Yeah, I gotta find my tapes.
If that is indeed the case.
Yeah, I might. There's a strong chance.
All right, how do we feel about doing the weekly worsting now? Because I have actually a couple things.
Okay.
Sure. I feel like it's gonna take a fair amount of time. So
worsen away.
Yeah. Okay, so one, I got another fucking ghost shirt. Shocker.
I didn't think I recognized that one.
The Right Here, Right Now shirt that I pre-ordered came in the mail, which is lovely. As did the poster, the movie poster. I still have to get a frame for that, but we're working on it. I've started watching Rick and Morty again.
Oh.
Just like, and here's the thing. Justin Roiland can, should, and must go fuck himself.
Yep.
Putting that out there right now. I will say, though, I was enjoying some recreational substances the other day. And I was watching Rick and Morty, and I get it. Like, I get why there's so much fucking, like, weed paraphernalia that is Rick and Morty themed, because that is honestly a fantastic show to watch when you are high. Mm-hmm. Like, it was almost like tragic how like realizing how correct it like that is.
Yeah.
So that's one of the ways that I'm worse. The other ways, one, started playing. I took a little break from Fallout for a while because I had a ton of shit going on, but I finally got to play again and I downloaded some DLC. So back on my bullshit there, big time. I am working on my cosplays for Mid Hudson, which I'm very excited about. I have traced out all the shapes for my Violence Fiend mask redux, and we'll be cutting those out and assembling those very soon. And I also started making bracelets for the table that we're gonna sell. Gonna be $3 for a beaded bracelet, $5 for a choker. Come get them.
What sort of things are on them? Are they just beads? Do they say things?
They do say things. I have some say things, some don't. I have some various pride flag bracelets. Wow. I did my best. So we've got those. I have a pink choker that says, "Do you guys ever think about dying?" from the Barbie movie. I have some Free Palestine bracelets. I have one that says "piss."
Cool.
Just cause.
Sure.
Probably going to be some other ones along those lines that are a bit naughty because I think it's funny. Going to be making more pride flags. Anything that comes to mind, really.
I think you should bring supplies, and if people want a specific
custom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh. I might have to get more letters, but that is not a bad idea.
Yeah, like I think people will really jump on that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Custom bracelets at our table too, if you don't find one that you like.
Yeah, that just occurred to me. I was like, man, I wish we could read people's minds and know what they wanted.
Wait a second.
They could just tell us.
Hell yes. I love it. And let's see. I feel like there was another thing. Oh, I have my list of everything that I'm going to order for my Sexy Mothman cosplay. And I'm waiting for Prime Day for that just because, you know, a bitch loves to save a little money.
Yep. I know. I am also anxiously awaiting Prime Day. I'm semi-ashamed of it, but, you know, you get it. You know. I don't like giving
Amazon, fuck capitalism.
Yep. But
life is hard.
Yeah.
I think that's it for me though.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly just been crafting and video games, and that's it. Crafting and video games and watching TV.
Fun. Enrichment activities.
Enrichment activities, indeed. What have you got for us, bestie?
I do want to mention, because you talking about working on your cosplays made me think of it. You might remember I told you that I got you a couple of minifigures.
Yes.
At Nickel City. One of which is the Violence Fiend.
Oh my god, I love it.
The other of which is Hanji. There's a glare. There we go.
Yay! Oh my god, fantastic. I cannot wait to add them to the little spot on my bookshelf that I have most of my Legos in.
Yeah, I now have 3 minifigure display cases because I was running out of room in them and I had to just buy another one.
I love that for you.
Yeah, I got a bunch more Chainsaw Man and Attack on Titan ones, including this tiny Pochita.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a smaller one, actually. I just didn't think the quality of it was very good, so I got that one.
Tiny baby.
Yeah. No, the other one was ridiculously small, but the face and everything on it was pretty bad. I also got a stuffed Pochita that is like Squishmallow quality, like soft and squishy.
Ooh.
The second I saw it, I immediately just picked it up and hugged it. And my friend who was with me was in a different booth at the time, and she came walking over and saw me holding it. She's like, "So you're buying that?" And I did not put Pochita down the rest of the day. I just walked around the con.
You're so right for that.
The problem is the chainsaw.
Exact same thing.
The chainsaw is made out of felt, but it's actually still a little bit sharp, though. So he's a little, not pleasant to. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, whatever.
You just got to avoid the chainsaw part, which is, that makes sense.
Denji himself had to do that.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
he's in the next room. Should have brought him in for show and tell. But
next time.
yeah, so I would say aside from buying all these things at cons as I keep doing and um a lot of it is yeah, working on craft stuff for the con cuz I got I've been printing a bunch of stuff. I moved everything out of frame for our recording. I was like, it used to be behind me, but I've got a bin over here full of plushies. I forget how many loaf cats I've made at this point. I'd have to count them.
Exciting times all
Um,
around.
huh?
I said exciting times all around.
Yeah. Again, I should have brought one over here for show and tell, but I got loaf cats. I've got uh, goldfish crackers. I've got dino nuggets of varying shapes. And I've been 3D printing lots of stuff. I got brain slugs and Funko Pop stands and little Tyke sandboxes. I made this blue one.
Ah, yes, you showed me that one.
That's still sitting there. We got Geese from Untitled Goose Game. Right? Oh, hold on. There he is. And I bought some
Peace
jump
was
rings.
never an option.
Yeah. Like, fantastic. I'm going to have to glue them to bases because they're not very stable. But
Just have it be green like grass.
I thought about that, but I feel like it would be more distracting than just a black one unless the green actually had like blades of grass on it. Otherwise, it's just a smooth green surface and it just kind of, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, just printing like crazy. Oh yeah, and I showed you this last week, but there are 16 roses in here.
Awesome.
Every one of them a different color, including this glow in the dark one right here.
Oh my god, fantastic. I love
the color,
it.
Huh? Where is it that I think you'll like? Yeah. Black and red.
Oh my god, yes.
So
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, these actually take some time to make to like smooth out the stems and everything. It's yeah, and I have to like use a heat gun and there's stuff involved. And I printed this vase too, which is going to be on the table with the roses in it. So
hell yes.
yeah.
So
I've been just making stuff like crazy. That's just
enticing everyone to come see us at Mid Hudson.
Just high production. And of course, as I've been doing all this crocheting to make these plushies, I've had to watch anime because why not? So I've now finished Spy Family.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
From you, at least.
Yeah, no, because I tried to start reading it at one point and then I never got back to it. And I was like, no, I'll just watch it. And I did. And I enjoy it. And it's kind of, it's very wholesome.
Aw.
Yeah, it's nice. So yeah, I just finished it last night actually, so I'm trying to find something else to replace it with. But
well, if anyone has any suggestions, drop them in the comments.
Yeah, I mean I have a list, but it's always so hard to pick, and it's the list is getting shorter and shorter. So
I feel that I really do.
But as I communicated to you over the weekend, I attempted to watch the Death Note movie because I was like, I know people were like really mad when it came out, but I had never watched anime in my life at the time, knew nothing about it. And so I was like, oh, they're mad because they whitewashed this thing, right? It's just all white people.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it's so much worse than that. It's so much. I got 26 minutes into it. That was as far as I got because you know what the very first thing they do in the movie is set up a romance for Light. Light Yagami does not do romance.
No, I don't even think he fucks.
Light Turner.
Bullshit.
Which is his name in the movie. Yeah, no, they changed like the entire character. That is not Light Yagami.
Of course they did.
It's and they changed all these rules about the Death Note. Like they're like, let's just throw these rules out the window just for funsies, I guess. His mom's dead at the beginning. He doesn't have a sister. Like,
just make a different thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it like that.
Ryuk is so like serious and sinister, and that is not how I read him at all.
Yeah, no, not even a little bit. I think Willem Dafoe's voice fits the image, but that's it. That's literally it. That's the only good decision that was made.
It does, but I don't think they use him in the right way.
No, they don't.
You know,
Like it's only that it fits. It's not that they do it correctly.
Yeah, I like this girl that they set him up with, like as the romantic interest, like he tells her immediately.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have this notebook. You write people's name in it. They die. Let me prove it to you. Hands her the death note. She can't see Ryuk. Again, they changed the rules. But she tells him immediately, or he tells her immediately, and she's just on board. She's like, okay, I believe you. Cool.
Ridiculous.
And what made me turn it off is when they start making out and getting ready to hook up.
Blech.
That is not Light.
No.
I can't.
No. Light Yagami died a virgin.
Yeah, and I'm gonna assume the classmate that he was with, Mia, is supposed to be the replacement character.
No.
Which means there's probably no Rem. I don't know. I didn't get far enough to find out. I couldn't do it. I tried so hard. I was like, just keep going. It's not going to kill you. And I just couldn't take it.
No, don't waste your time.
I was like fidgeting in my seat and I was like, I can't keep doing this. Maybe someday I will, because I want to know what else horrible they do to it. Because I am curious as to whether Rem makes it in there. I don't think she will.
Just drink the whole time.
That's true. I could get hammered first. I might be able to. That would be a fun live stream. Just get drunk and trash the Death Note movie. People join us in the chat. Everybody who hates the Death Note movie, let's all join together.
Fighting with Friends After Dark stream, we get wasted and trash the Death Note movie. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's so bad. I'm still so upset. That was one of two very upsetting things I experienced. The other thing is something I also shared with you. The s'mores ramen.
Oh my god. Kyle was viscerally angry about that, by the way. Just about the fact that it existed, the fact that you bought it, the fact that you tried it.
So I was at Walmart, where I hate to be, but that's the only place that carries the coffee that I like, that I can find anyway.
The struggle is real.
Yeah. But I was waiting in line, to check out, and they have like these battery stations at the front of the store by the registers, and it was just shoved in there. And so
because someone else had made the right choice.
Well, but like the way I found it was like, could this be a plant? Because there have been what's that company? They make the plant products.
Obvious Plant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That some people have like just put those in stores before to mess with people.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe it was something like that, where it was fake and somebody was just trying to, so I Googled it to be sure. And I was like, no, this is a thing and it has terrible reviews. And I couldn't resist, because you know how much I love s'mores, and I knew it was going to be bad, but I had to do it. And it looks like it's cup ramen, but somebody took a packet of hot chocolate with mini marshmallows and dumped it in there. And you know what? That's what it tastes like. That is what it tastes like. It was so sickeningly sweet, but also somehow savory. Like, I swear I tasted chicken. And the texture was so wrong, like mushy, but also grainy.
I hate everything about that.
And I ate like a third of it maybe, but then I thought I was going to be sick. And now I'm worried that s'mores are ruined forever for me.
Oh God, I hope not.
I just sat it on the coffee table and kept looking at it and just saying, I'm so upset right now. So upset. Like, I kept saying it out loud. I was so mad.
As was your right.
I think it was a strategy by the cup ramen company to turn the thing that s'more lovers love against them. They weaponized it for trauma.
Not a bad conspiracy.
Yeah. That was 2 days ago, and I'm still mad.
You have every right to be.
I never waste food. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm like, this is terrible, and I keep eating it. But I think I would have gotten sick if I kept eating that.
Okay. Well, yeah,
I
at
never
that
waste
point.
food. Yeah, so and I pretty much never
Nice.
turn off like movies or TV shows. Like once I'm in, I'm in. So that's
So you
twice
have
this
hit
week.
your limit twice this week.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it has been a banner week for things that upset me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
So I
definitely
think
consider that.
those
I would
definitely,
consider that a worsening.
yeah, I was gonna say I definitely fit those under the category of worsening because I don't like I'm generally a pretty chill person. Like I don't get upset about things super often or I don't get mad at people super often. But so this made me, I'm gonna say, a little unbearable this week for all the people that I complained about these things to.
I mean, I love to complain, so like, not unbearable to me.
I did complain to you about both of those things.
You did, and honestly, it was delightful watching them happen in real time. But all right, I think with both of us, much worse, I would
Yeah.
say. That's going
Mhm.
to bring us to a close. So let's see, what do we got coming up? Tomorrow on the Fighting with Friends podcast Twitch channel at 8, we are going to be joined by Nick from over at Big Dumb Monsters, and we're going to be talking about the movie Mac and Me.
Yes.
So, man, I think this one's going to be fun.
Yes.
I'll save
I'm
it. I'll
excited.
save it. I'll save it.
Have you watched it already?
I watched
Okay.
it yesterday morning.
Okay. Just
So,
looking for context for
yeah,
your most
I'll
recent
save
one.
it.
Okay.
And what else we got coming up?
Other streams, but
The rest of the 80 streams, again, make sure you fucking tune in for the Hobgoblin stream the last Thursday in July. That is going to be a blast.
Yep, I am planning to pregame.
As you should.
Drink at least 2 beers before we start. And then
As you 100% should. Maybe I'll friggin' vape on camera. Who knows?
ooh, it is legal.
Not nicotine. Ever.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit's nasty.
I often forget that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like mentioning vaping, I'm like, oh, not tobacco. Like,
Yeah, no, like the fact that I'm like offended at the notion that anyone might think I would vape nicotine.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, make sure you don't miss that. I think the stream tomorrow is going to be freaking awesome as well. So excited for that. And yeah, I think that's it. Other than Mid Hudson, which is beginning of August, and I'm sure we will continue having updates that have to do with that because we're doing a lot of things for it.
yes, and we're just going to keep getting worse. That's like 3 weeks away. Something like
Yeah,
that, I
it's
think.
getting there.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I got cracking on my Violence Fiend mask rebuild. Although the Mothman thing is going to be so easy. It's literally just getting all of the things in one room, putting them all on at the same time, and like a little bit of makeup. So
yeah, 3.5 weeks.
I'm very excited for that as well.
So it's already July 10th, and I still keep forgetting to change my calendar on the wall. It's still June, so I keep looking at it and getting very confused.
Whoopsies.
But yeah, 3.5 weeks till Mid Hudson.
Fun. All right. As always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Tune into the stream tomorrow on the Fighting with Friends podcast Twitch channel, and we will be back next week here on the Big Dumb Monsters Twitch channel for more fighting. Adios. We'll see you then.